In this tutorial, I will show you step by step how to access the district's parent portal. The first thing that you need to do is you need to type dallasisd.powerschool.com/public, just the way I show you here. Once you enter that, you will be redirected to this web page. And here you are going to go to this part where it says Parent Sign In. The system will require you to enter the username and the password associated with the account you created in the past. If for some reason you don't remember the username, the password, or both, then you need to click this Forgot Username or Password. So let me click this question. So, for example, if I want to recover my password, then I will have to enter the username in this area. I will also need to enter the email address associated with the account. And then you just need to click the Enter button. If you don't remember your username, you are going to click this tab that says Forgot Username. And then here you need to enter the email address and hit Enter. If none of this works for you, then you will need to contact the school's office. That is the CRC or someone else who can help you with this process. If you already know your username and password, so in this area over here, you are going to enter your username and then just below that, the password. And then you are going to hit this Parent Sign In button. Once you access the parent portal, this is what it looks like. Here you can check grades and attendance. You can review teacher comments. You can also review transportation. In this tutorial, I will also show you how to pre-register your student for the next school year. That is the 2020-2021 school year. So on the left-hand side of your screen, you will see different options for enrollment. It is really important that you are using the correct form, which is the one that says 2020-2021 returning student enrollment, grades K through 12. So we just need to click on this. And here we are actually looking at the different forms that you need to complete in order to pre-register your student. So you can see on your left-hand side that there are different sections or different forms. You can see student demographics, student history, family, emergency contacts, etc., etc. And the final form is actually the e-signature form, where you will have to enter an electronic signature to verify that all the information that you enter in the system, it is correct. So in order to keep this tutorial short, I will only show you how to review or revise the student form, which is the form that contains all the student information. And it is perhaps the most important of all forms. So in this form, you will enter student information. So part 1 of that form is the student's legal name. Right in this area, you are going to type the first name of your student. And then in this area, the middle name. After that, the system requires the last name of that student. You also need to double check that the gender information is correct. Male for boys and female for girls. And then in this area, you will enter the date of birth. After that, the system will ask you to enter the next year's school, which is the school that your student will be attending the next school year. So for instance, if your student is going to attend Cleaver Elementary School, then here you need to type Cleaver Elementary School. Then we need to fill out this field that says next year's grade. Basically, this refers to the grade level your student will be attending in the upcoming school year. So for example, if currently your student is enrolled in pre-K 4, here you will have to enter kindergarten, because that's the grade level your student will be attending in the upcoming school year. Another example, your student is in first grade right now. Here you will have to enter the number 2, because after this school year ends, your student will be promoted to second grade. The next 3 questions correspond to the place where your student was born. You need to include the country, the state, and finally, the city. Once you enter that information, then the system will ask you about the student's physical address. And here you will have to enter the number and the name of the street, the city, state, and the zip code where the student actually lives. Next, you will have to answer the question, does the above address need to be updated or changed? If the address was already correct, then you will have to answer no. You don't need to update or change that address. Otherwise, yes. Then you will need to indicate whether your student will need district's transportation for the upcoming school year. So here you will have to answer yes or no. Finally, there is a questionnaire about the student residency. In short, you need to tell the district whether the address that you enter at the top of the form is just an address that corresponds to a temporary living arrangement. If the address corresponds to a living arrangement that is not a long-term or permanent, then you will have to answer yes. Otherwise, no. So with that, we finished the student form, which is the first form of many that you will need to complete in order to pre-register your student for the upcoming school year. To recap, there are several forms that you will need to go through. Most likely, a lot of the information will already be there in those forms. Still, you will need to go through each and every single one of those forms to make sure that the information already in the system is legitimate, is correct, and the forms and the questions are easy to follow. In the last part of this tutorial, I want to show you this e-signature form, which is really important. Once you click on it, basically there is a couple of statements that you need to read. In short, since you cannot provide a pen in hand signature, the system will ask you to type your full legal name. By typing your name, you are telling the district that the information that you enter in all and every single one of the forms is correct. So here you have to agree to the above statements. You need to choose yes, and then just scroll down, and in this field, in this area, you will need to type your full legal name. Next, you will have to indicate your relationship to the student. Obviously, you are the father, then you need to choose father or mother or else. You are also required to enter your phone number in this area. And if you want to provide your work phone number, you can also do that in this field. Finally, where it says electronic signature, again, you have to type your full name, and that functions as an actual signature. Last, you need to enter the date. And then you are going to click next. The system puts all the forms that you filled out together. This is a good opportunity for you to double check that all and every single piece of information that you provided is correct before you click the submit button. Also, the system will flag those items that need to be answered. For instance, here, I did enter a second phone number, but I actually didn't specify the type of phone. So here I can click this edit button, and the system will allow me to make that change right there without having to navigate to the actual form. If for some reason the system requires a specific format, it will be flagged as an error, and you need to fix that piece of information. So once you complete the whole process, this button that says submit will be activated, and at that point you can click on that button and submit all of the forms, and with that the pre-registration process will be completed. Thank you for watching, and I do hope that you find this tutorial useful. Thank you.